Hey everybody. I dropped my children off earlier today to school, and we all wore blue because the school is wearing blue for National Anti-Bullying Month. And so even though I did it in support of them, it made me think about you. Bullying affects a lot of people and not just children. You know, it's sad to say, but adults bully other adults. Now that's one thing, but it's another thing when bullying happens in your family. Like, what happens when a mother-in-law bullies her daughter-in-law, or vice versa? And bullying shows up in different forms depending on how the relationships are. But for the purposes of this video, I want to speak about when the mother-in-law bullies the daughter-in-law. And then I think next week we're going to go over when the daughter-in-law bullies the mother-in-law. But the first question I think that needs to really be asked is, why does the mother-in-law bully in the first place? And I believe from what I've seen that typically mother-in-laws bully because she believes she has the rights and privileges due to her being a mother. Like in her eyes, her daughter-in-law, who is married to the mother-in-law's son, is viewed to fit in that same category, like a daughter-in-law figure. So because you are my daughter-in-law figure and you are not an adult woman to me, I'm going to treat you like how I would treat my child. And for most women, that does not work, especially because of the form of bullying that comes out when it comes to this mother-in-law. It can be shown by her refusing to abide by your boundaries. Perhaps you set some boundaries in your house or some boundaries with your children, and your mother-in-law just does not abide by it. She won't. She is insistent on saying, this is how I am. This is how I'm going to raise your child if you leave her or him in my care. And it shows off that way. It could also show in her having manipulative behavior, by often inducing guilt upon you. So how that shows is your mother-in-law will scream, she will pout, she will holler, she will get you trapped up in this dramatic noise and put you in the daze, just to throw you off kilter, and then hit you with the blows to make you feel like you're the one that's crazy and that you should feel guilty for causing her to explode the way that she does. I know it sounds crazy, but for some of you who are watching this video, especially if you clicked on it, this piqued your interest, you've experienced this, and it hurts. I mean, it does not feel good, and you feel trapped, like you don't know what to do. Another way that her bullying may come out is, or come off, is she tries to wear you down. She will bring you to emotional fatigue because she wants to argue about a subject that is sensitive to you, that she knows you don't like, just so that she can win the battle and show you who's on top. Like, she's trying to be the alpha female in your life and also in the life of your husband, who is her son. And again, I know it doesn't feel good. The last way that the bullying comes off is she will say mean and hurtful things. And she'll want you to say mean and hurtful things back, because that way she can then lean on her son and say, see, she's the bad guy. And it just brings you through like this emotional turmoil. So where we get to now is, what can you do as the daughter-in-law to combat the bullying from your mother-in-law? The first thing that I think you need to do is you need to recognize her behavior. And you need to acknowledge what it is. It's bullying. And when you acknowledge that she is being a bully, what you then need to do is ignore every single rule that she tries to put in place. She's trying to tell you, you need to do this with my son, or you need to do this in your house. Ignore it. Don't do it. Blatantly show her that you won't do it. And then the second, I think, most important thing that you have to do is you have to consistently set up boundaries and attach it with a consequence. Like, let her know, if you treat me like this, this is going to happen. If you step into my house and come between the relationship between me and my husband, although that's your son, and I feel disrespected, this is going to happen. If you treat my child like this is going to happen. You have to attach consequences with your standards or with your boundaries consistently. Because when you do that, the more that you do that, believe me, her behavior is going to change. And if her behavior does not change, she's going to become so exhausted that she'll take herself out of the picture. Now, ultimately, I know that that's not really what I want for you. I would love to see a family of cohesion, and I would love for you all to have this kumbaya session. But chances are, that won't happen. Typically, that doesn't. The mother-in-law either has to change her behavior or she has to exit stage left. Now, here's the thing. I did not say she has to understand where you're coming from, because she's not going to. She's the mother-in-law. In her mind, my way is the way, and that's it. The objective is not to get her to understand. It is to get her to change her behavior. I don't need your understanding. I need your behavior to change. I need you to respect my boundaries, respect the standards that I set in my relationship, that I set in my house. And once her behavior changes, you can then begin to get your power back, because she tried to usurp it for so long. And now, since you consistently put forth a standard, you're on top. So, hey, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you got something from it. If you like it, like it. If you think that is someone that needs to hear this video, please share it with them, rather on their page or inbox them to say, yo, listen to this. I think this is for you. I'm Shareef, Mr. Aim for I Am Ali. And as always, if no one has told you, allow me to be the first. I see the supreme lover in you. Blessings.